Okay, good morning. It is December 6th, 2022. I'm going to convene the RPRC meeting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items on today's agenda. The first item of business are the approval of minutes. I believe Val sent Brown.
Good.
So
Make a motion approval.
thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, then first up under our regular agenda is 83 Washington Avenue. See, we have the applicant here, so let's get in. Hi, Imad. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, do you want to present what you're doing? You want me to handle it? You just want to listen?
I can mention a couple of quick lines and then I'll give it to
Yeah,
you.
go
if you
ahead.
don't-
I'll pull up the plans while you're making that introduction.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for this opportunity, everyone. And I basically purchased a house about 4 years ago as an investment property, understanding that it is a two-family house per, my lawyer looked into the paperwork and a property card, and it showed it's two-family house, and it's on two-family zone as well, and both levels completely above ground. But now, according respectfully to the building department, it's not two-family house in their records. It's one family.
Okay, I got the, yeah. So it was at some point in the past, it was converted to a two-family. You were being taxed on it as a two-family, but you never got site plan approval to have a two-family. Got it. Okay, so now you want to legalize it.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, so the main issue is the parking area in the front. There's no way that can accommodate 4 cars. You know, there was 1 car in the driveway when I went down there, and I think I did like a 6-point turn to get out of there with only 1 car in there. You know, it doesn't fit. What are your thoughts? There's no way we could approve it this way. So you either are going to have to, expand that driveway to make it bigger, or you'll have to go to the zoning board of appeals for a parking variance, which I can't imagine they'd be too enthused to grant, given, the existing conditions on Washington Avenue in terms of parking. What are your thoughts here? I see you're an engineer. What do you think here?
Maybe I'll turn the stairway to the second floor around to give more space to the parking. There's the retaining wall on the south side. I can probably move that a little bit to give you a few more feet or something. And
What about the retaining wall parallel to Washington? Can that get more depth?
Possibly. I have to talk to a contractor, see how much I can move it to reach the property line no further. You have to make
my other point is, that driveway doesn't seem to at all conform to the driveway standards in the town code. And the way we're looking at it is normally, you'd be able to continue using an existing old driveway. But once you're going from a single family to a two-family and you're increasing the intensity and use of that driveway, I think you're also going to need to comply with the town code driveway standards. So that grade may be too steep, and I don't know, the sight lines are horrific. They're basically zero at that curb cut. You can't see anything. I just had to close my eyes, hold my breath, and pull out there. So I think you've got challenges increasing the intensity here.
I have had 4 cars inside the driveway, and they pull in and out without anybody blocking each other. And you say into now I don't it, it it is on the hill. I mean, I cannot change that steepness, but I can possibly make the square footage bigger by moving retaining wall one side and the other side,
Yeah.
turning the piece.
Yeah, I definitely understand there's a limit to what you can do in terms of improvement. So, yeah.
I think no matter what you do with the driveway, there's gonna be some
Yeah.
variance to the code
Yeah.
regarding slopes.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe there's, to Adam's earlier point, if there's any way to widen and deepen that platform area by the house, even the plan we're looking at now, that configuration, all four of those vehicles will have to back out to exit the properties, which is not preferred in a good situation. And with the grades and the sites that you have, it's, even further complicated. So anything you can do to improve the maneuverability in that platform area would go a long way.
You can say it's here, you may not be able to cut back, but that's now down right away.
Maybe, yeah.
You're going this way, and then all we can do over on ground coverage,
Probably.
yeah, which you'll have to get a variance for ground coverage.
So where should we process this? You think we should keep it here? Just have, I might come back with a more detailed plan?
I don't think you get complicated now,
It is.
maybe it's worth
Yeah.
going and sending it to the
I
planning
don't know, what
board.
do you think, Christopher?
Well, first of all, I want to just look at this for a
Yeah,
minute.
sure.
This picture right here does not seem to matter.
No, this one,
That's
that's the second one, gonna be here on the wrong one.
Okay, where am I?
Take a new package,
Are you still with us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I saw an internet warning
And then-
sign or something came up.
Do you have the elevation of the street versus the elevation of the driveway? What is?
but I would say.
Why is that,
Probably
why is that retaining wall even there? Why is that retaining?
30-foot elevation.
Oh, it's going down.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
like 20% grade.
Yeah,
Okay,
what would you say, 15 feet below grade, 10?
you mean the bottom of, you mean the driveway is like 15 feet below the street?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
street's up
garage.
here and the house is
Yeah.
down here, you
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
drop at
Okay,
least a 15 to 20 foot
Yeah, I
drop.
don't know if it's that much. Matt, what would you say? How, is that about right, you think? I don't know.
I would say around 10, 12 feet. I'm not,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, that sounds about right.
okay.
If you're running a 15% grade, right, that's gonna be,
Well, he's never,
No, you can't-
he's never gonna make.
I mean, the house is
He's
where
gonna
it
get a
is.
variance for the
Yeah.
slope no matter what.
But if you could get like even a platform up
But
there.
I think it's more about increasing that platform.
Yeah.
did he submit a survey?
So that you're not backing out,
You have a survey on the property?
just limited with the size of the
And-
property.
There.
not a
Where's that? Yeah, see that property line, so you can't push that wall forward maybe 2
Oh,
feet.
yeah.
Property
Yeah,
line's
you're
right
right.
there, so he's not gonna be able to gain much with that driveway
Right.
by trying to make it bigger. He's pretty maxed out in that property. This may be one of those things that you might not be able to convert.
Yeah.
Now, what about the side street? Is the elevation, that's another driveway, right? Oh, that's not a street.
Washington is, you see the stairs are going, leading up to the road. See that?
No, in other words, that's another driveway. That's not a street. correct?
No, that's not.
just a driveway.
It's a neighbor's driveway.
It's a neighbor's driveway, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
And there's a retaining wall between you and your neighbor's driveway?
Yes, so that part of that wall can move and give give some more space to the driveway itself.
You mean moving the walkway, is what you're saying?
If you will, like the south side of the driveway, the wall.
Wall's not on the wall's like,
You're talking about the wall on the left side there, Iman?
oh, this one. This.
Yeah.
Can move that way
Got it. Yeah.
and give more space.
This wall,
The
right?
wall that's on the left, if you're
Yeah.
pulling in, right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, where's the property line for that wall? What's this?
Right here, there's a thicker black line.
Definitely a challenge.
This is really tough to get. I don't know.
I understand. I mean, I'm in the middle of this, and I wouldn't have
Yeah.
personally if it was one family. I definitely looked into the paperwork, the assessor office, and my lawyer found that it's two family. It's that's a I got it to as in I have two children to take care of them in the future, and this is a great disaster if this doesn't work. I'll do anything to make it work.
Yeah, look, even if we can't approve it, what happens then is you can make an application to the zoning board of appeals for a variance. And you'll have to, talk to them about it, whether or not, it's okay to have a two-family house with less than 4 parking spaces, but, that's.
To the extent that it had previously been approved for two-family
No, it
houses.
wasn't.
No, that's what it
There's no,
was. So what-
there's no approvals on
Yes.
record for
Okay.
two
Right,
families,
so
the only
the set-
approvals for a single family.
Right, so
Operating
the approvals were for a single family, but at one point it was converted to a 2. The tax assessor picked that up, was assessing it as a 2-family, but that doesn't make it legal. It's just,
Okay.
they're just reflecting what's out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bad set of circumstances. It is.
Mhm.
And we got called out there initially because of a gas leak. And then we found the illegal apartment at the time, and there was a whole bunch of construction. Even since the illegal apartment was made, there was an additional construction that was coming out permit.
Okay.
That's,
All right, so
I think that's gonna have to, I think you have to send it to planning.
all right, so then maybe that's what we'll do. We'll send this to the planning board. That board will be able to coordinate between your plans.
ZBA.
We'll have the town engineer make some comments, and then we can get you to the ZBA, which probably is gonna be necessary from what we're seeing. And that, will at least get you on the path to potentially legalizing it. But, it's gonna come down to what the zoning board of appeals is probably comfortable with, and we don't know.
But I mean, he has an opportunity to perfect the best plan.
Yes, absolutely.
Between
Go
now
and
and
try
then.
to make it the best.
Right, I mean, right now, what
Looking
you're
for
showing
this-
us is inadequate, try to
Right.
perfect the plan.
But looking at the survey,
There's not much you can
doesn't
do.
have much room. And on that south side, that will help for sure. So maybe that can help there. But I think let's take a vote, and then we can see if IMAD has any questions. So I'm gonna make a motion to send to planning
Second.
and ZBA. So I made that motion and Rob seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so IMAD, you understand what we just did? This is complicated, or at least more complicated than simple. So we're gonna send this to the planning board, and at that point, we can coordinate with you, perfecting the plan, what you can do to the maximum extent to improve the lot. Probably that won't meet code, so we'll get you then to the zoning board of appeals, and they can discuss, everything. You understand that process?
Understood.
Okay. So we'll post it, we'll post this determination and our comments today, and then I would work on the updated site plan, and then get that submit it to the planning board. The planning board meets every 2 weeks. So as soon as you've updated the plans, submit the site plan paperwork, and we'll get you on an agenda.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Yeah, see how it says garage under? Not a garage, they extended the apartment into that, did a whole bunch of links there. And honestly, I think you're gonna. Have people come out against that planning, because it's
Maybe.
Washington Avenue,
Yeah.
I
mean,
can't
we'll see.
imagine. Everybody
Okay, so-
explains about the parking
So
there.
next, we have 22 General Heath, and we have. Okay. John and Joel, are you with us? John or Joel? Yeah, hi.
Oh, 1 second.
You with us?
Can't hear you.
Okay, we hear you, so let us know. You okay? You good?
Hold on.
Well, plans meanwhile. John, did you get it working? Not, but we'll just jump in if you want to comment on anything. All right, so what we're talking about here is this something?
Just commented on the. No need for stormwater, just
Yeah,
replacement of deck over driveway,
the patio,
patio.
but
I know you had some comments regarding
yeah.
vehicle access.
Yeah, okay, so this is what we're talking about. There is an existing house, there's a patio here. I saw the property owner out here.
What's garage access and on the back.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, this is the garage here. So the garage is proposed to be eliminated. And then a deck is being proposed above this patio. I'd really like to see, these superimposed, right? To see if the deck extent and stairs are beyond, which I think they might be, which really constrains access and maneuverability. So what we have here is a grassed area and a garden back here that are proposed now for the parking. So, I think we just need to see how vehicles are going to maneuver back here. It's tight. It's really tight. So Joel, do you have any comments on all that? Well, what I'm saying in my comments anyway is,
So is the deck going to be supported by like 6x6 vertical 6x6s or something like that? Is that the idea?
Well, it's not post on because he's showing
It's a
posts.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, they're 4x4s.
4x4s, I see. Okay.
yeah, but I just don't know, what's left in terms of.
Well, so you're concerned about a car banging into those 4x4s?
And just maneuvering, it's
Yeah.
tight, and we need to see the engineering for converting this lawn or soil to parking.
How does he protect the 4x4s from like the plow or anything else? Is there a way to do that?
It's gotta be over on lot coverage too.
Well, under this plan,
Yeah.
he's not proposing to do
Right.
anything,
Correct.
right? He's
Well,
proposing
on the grass.
Grass.
Well,
area
he's not
park.
proposing to. What we're saying is you can't park a car on soil, right? You gotta improve it.
Right.
So I think he should come back to us with a plan showing the expansion of the asphalt to accommodate the cars. Then, he'll need to deal some stormwater, I guess, right?
That, yeah.
He's gonna need a variance.
Probably need a variance for land coverage.
I mean, it's gonna be 90% coverage.
And then show how these cars can maneuver around the deck, right? And the stairs, right? Put that on the.
What is the gross land coverage percentage for that lot? Allowable.
On lots that are 5,000 square feet ish, it's about half.
Oh, look at the parking in the right of way too.
Yeah.
It's got parking spots.
Yep.
In the right of way.
But you can't count those.
No, I understand that, but
So does every.
did any, yeah.
Can you represent that he can park along does the driveway access to the rear count as parking spaces?
Like in the neck part,
Here.
Yeah, can one represent that qualifies as a parking space?
that can be one parking space, but then you've blocked your whole area, and he needs two. So that doesn't gonna help, that's not gonna help.
So a block, even though a parking space is blocked, he has to have an ongoing access to qualify it as a parking space.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
All right, so John or Joel, or any comments? Guess they can't connect. So do you want this to come back to the RPRC? Is that how you think we should handle this? I mean, beside,
Probably.
yeah, I think they'll show us those details and then if we need to send them to the zoning board, so be it. So is everyone okay with that? Having them come back?
Yep.
All right. John and Joel, if you can hear us, what we're gonna do is send we're gonna post the comments that we have, address those comments and then come back to the RPRC and we'll take a closer look at it. Actually, we're not gonna take the vote, so, yeah. Have you come back.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, if you have any follow-up questions, you can reach out to my office, since you can't really connect here. All right, next is 15 Stony Brook Place. Those plans. This one's pretty simple. So what we're talking about is a new gate that's being proposed.
I have a customer who wants to do this. Seems like it's.
Yeah, so the pillars and gate are gonna go here. It's definitely adequately set back from the road.
And what was was there new regulations in the town about pillars and generator pads in wetlands that? Was there
Not
something?
not new, but come
I
finish.
thought that there was something over the last. It's a year that to simplify, it was fences, gates.
No, it's-
And
No, not gates,
Not
that's
gates,
why
okay.
they're here.
Oh,
Yeah,
But I know what he's talking about. I know.
plus, this
This
is something
simplifies, so we go straight to the building department.
Yeah.
Apply it
It's
right
been
there.
a wetland permit.
for the gates.
okay.
In this case, it does look like there's some streams around.
There's one on the other side of the cul-de-sac, which
Yeah.
is well over, I think it's with the gates back as far as they are, it's probably 250 meters all the way. And that drainage easement is more of a, looks like a swale and stormwater.
Yeah, agree.
conveyance.
When I was out there, I really
So
didn't
don't think
see.
you need a wetland permit here.
Okay, and I think that's right.
Adam, as far as the additional gross land coverage from the pillars. That is below that 10% exception, is that what they do? Do they have to use that 10% exception? Or does it just,
Well, those
Is it
pillars
too
are
de
basically
minimis?
de minimis.
it's
Yeah.
de minimis?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically that, I think. That's reasonable to think it's de minimis.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that you're looking at about 18 square feet of additional gross land coverage. That's okay. In other words, you can consider that de minimis and not have to go through the GLC process for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then we want to see, how they're going to connect utilities to it.
I
right, so I'll
guess
make
my
it-
question then to that is pushing that a little further. A 6x3 slab is also 18 square feet. Is that considered de minimis? If you're putting a slab down for a generator?
It depends really how close it is and to the maximum, so.
And the size of the lot too, right? You look at a lot like this, 2 gate piers or
Yeah,
Okay. All right,
that same guy on General Heath wants to do a 6x3 pad.
right,
That may very
okay.
well end up being an
Yeah.
issue.
okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
Good. I'll second it.
Christopher, all in favor?
Yes.
Next is 6 Sniffin Road.
Who are all the people in the waiting room?
Let's see, right here, we've got one. David. And Chris. Okay, so this is actually our last one that with people in the waiting room for. All right, David and Chris, you with us?
Hey everybody, it's David. How are you?
Okay, do you want to
Good morning.
say anything to the committee?
Not necessarily.
David,
Chris brought,
property, right?
Yeah, I'd like to, if I may, share my screen. I can walk you through
Sure.
the project.
Yeah,
So, do I get to do that?
that'd be great, thank you.
You,
No, you can hit share screen and we,
okay, great. Here we go. So, let me just give you the survey here. You can see this is Second Road down here at the bottom. It's an unusual site in that it's triangular. So as you can tell from our drawings, the setbacks start to really pinch towards the back of the house. The house itself is set back a fair distance from the property as it's over here. Again, this unusual shape. There's a really steep area here that's very wooded. So the house sits up a bit on the hill. This is a flat area here now, which is essentially the backyard. What's not shown on the survey is also the septic fields are all in this area here. So as far as being able to use the property, despite the fact that it's an acre and a half, we're actually pretty pinched with some regulations as to what we can do here in the backyard. So the project is to take the existing property, expand the current, this is the existing site plan.
Chris, if you could just talk a bit louder and clearer.
Sure,
bit
let me adjust my headphone. How's that? That better?
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
So here's the existing site plan. You can see the house. There's a porch on the back. This is the existing patio. There's a septic tank here up on top of the hill next to the house and a layer of rock that drops off pretty quickly down to where the septic fields are. This is the existing driveway and the garage here on the side. What we're proposing to do on this screen is to expand this patio, add a pool, and make a little bit of a basketball court, expand this driveway back a little bit where there currently is an existing garden, and add a little bit of a basketball court for the kids, fence that off, and then have a pool here. Let me show you a different way of seeing this. So here you can see the existing conditions. This is the house, the existing driveway. That's an existing rock outcropping, as is this. If we zoom in a bit and take a look, let's see. Now we can see we have this rock outcropping and an existing set of steps that come down. And it's pretty sloped going off back here, very heavily wooded in the back here. The house, as you can see, steps down. And over here, where we have our slide, there are a couple of trees that we're going to be asking to take down. Now, when you take a look at this in what we're proposing, let me get to the So what we're proposing is to take that, expand it here, expand this into the backyard, which does go over this, this goes over the house setback, but not over in like patio setback. And then we have the, so we're pretty constrained. If you take again a look at the,
Yeah.
let me just grab that site plan.
Yeah.
This
Chris, I
red
think
line,
that's good
sorry?
explanation. Yeah. But go
Yeah.
ahead, finish.
Yeah, here are our
I
constraints.
said that was an explanation.
Yeah, we ended up with only one place we could put the pool. Inside the setback here for the house, inside the setback from the county for the setback from the sewer, the absorption fields, and then also the setback from the tank. So it leaves us really with not a lot of space to be able to do things. So that's what we're proposing. Get you to here.
Yep.
So as you can see, we've got a proposed little kitchen, dining area. We've expanded the patio a little bit further back, a little fire pit, conversation area here. And then of course by the pool, we'll have, by the pool, we'll have some, a lounging area. This is all within our setbacks. This patio is separate from the pool. It's not really connected to the pool. So we wanted to have another sort of adult conversation area from the place. There are a lot of trees along here. This is all going to be plantings underneath it. Right now, it does have a fair amount of plantings. And then again, there's this rock slide. We'll be changing the steps, which are a bit dangerous right now. So we're going to do some natural rock steps and add those coming down to give it a little bit more of a easy, safer way of going down, and add a railing with a gate. The Strites have some small kids, so we want to make sure that they don't just kind of fall into the pool. So we've got some barrier walls and planters and sort of just a controlled choke point here for them to be observed as they head towards the pool.
All right, Chris, put back the site plan, and why don't we start going over some of the comments, just so
Sure. Okay, the one on the left is the existing, this one on the right is the proposed.
Just give it a minute to come on our screen. You have it on two different screens. We're just seeing the rendering.
You should be seeing this. Go back to the rendering. You see it now?
Oh.
It should pop up. Let's see. Let me just do a new share. How about that?
Yep, there we go. Okay.
There.
So you touched on the first issue, and this is something the building inspector is going to have to deal with, and that's the patio to the left of the pool.
Yes.
You know, we need to make a determination, part of the pool complex or not. If it's not, it can be in that location. If it's part of the pool complex, it can be in the setback. So I don't know what we do. It's physically separated by grass.
If it's physically separated, then
All right.
it's separate.
Okay, so that was the building inspector. So he said that's okay.
Great.
Gonna need a chipping permit.
Yeah, yes, right. If it's all rock, you're gonna need a chipping permit, right?
Yeah, we do have a bit of rock up here, so yeah, we'll definitely need to be getting that.
Let's see, the gazebo that's in the back, can we just look at that for a sec? If
Yes.
that's over 64 square feet, that's a structure. And then we'll need to meet the setbacks, so, and I don't think it does where it is. So you have to decide.
No,
what
it
you wanna
doesn't.
do.
It's 53 square feet,
Okay, good.
53.02 to be exact.
All right, so put that on the plan already. If
Okay.
not, put that on there, so let's see. If there is gravel back there, make sure that you include that in the gross land coverage, if you didn't. And, you know, I think you should reclassify the basketball court as just a driveway expansion. You know, you can just put a hoop up there and do whatever you want. But if you call it a sport court, it's got to meet the side yard setback, but if it's just a driveway expansion, it's okay there. So I would recommend doing that.
I've done this. I've called it an expanded driveway with the basketball court, but the basketball court is just, it's a hoop.
Yeah.
That's really all
Yep.
it is. Should we mention the hoop or just take that out entirely?
You just take it out, and call, you know, we don't need to approve the basketball hoop, so just call it a driveway expansion and you should be fine. And that's really what it is anyway, so that's how I'd call it.
Yeah. There
And
we go, gone.
yeah, you're above the maximum amount of land coverage.
Absolutely. In fact,
How large is that driveway, so you'll have to go.
yes, to get a variance. Yeah, that as you know, the coverage allowed, even without our improvements that we're proposing, we're already 736 feet over the allowance, and that's largely due to this monstrous driveway.
Yeah.
So clearly, we're asking for a significant increase.
Yep.
Where's the equipment?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have to show the pool equipment, and that has to be outside the setbacks.
That is, you can see it right here. We have this area. There's an outdoor shower now. So the idea is that we would have this behind this fencing, and then we would have the pool equipment next to it.
Chris, whatever you're looking at, we see your cursor over the driveway.
Okay, gotta wait a bit. Here, if you could see it, there's the pool equipment right next to the garage.
Yeah,
Let me see if you can.
Oh, it's right to the north there?
Well, you can't see.
no, but she's, her cursor's pointing to the trees on the
Right
Yeah, but
here.
if you move this, move that out of the way.
Yeah.
Down there in the hole there.
I got it, right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
Oh,
Tucked
All right,
right
so
here next to the
that-
garage.
Yeah, so just label that as a pool equipment.
Chris, what's the elevation of the pool equipment vis-a-vis the pool?
The elevation of it, it's a bit higher. It's maybe a foot higher than the top of the
Oh.
pool.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, it's on the same level as this patio is, and then this is two
I
steps
just
down.
wanted to make sure for your client's benefit that the equipment wasn't being constructed much higher than the pool.
No, it's just about a foot.
Okay,
That's about all.
Any trees need
We're going to
to
take
come
out,
down for this?
we're taking out
Oh,
two
two trees.
trees here. There's a couple of sycamores that are where the pool will go. But actually, for the most part, we're not really taking down any trees, none along the perimeter with the neighbors. We're going to be adding some arborvitae here as a screen.
Any native trees coming down?
No, no, you're not proposing any trees, right? You've got some shrubbery that you're proposing and landscape really, right?
Yes, we're not proposing to add any trees. We have two existing, a 10-inch and a 16-inch, both twin sycamores that we have in the area where the pool is going to be. So we're going to take those
possibility
two
of-
down. But we were not proposing any new trees.
Chris and David, you know, my recollection was you're gonna take the two trees out to put in the pool, but beside the septic system, I thought, you know, you had trees along the periphery. I don't,
Well,
are there any?
this is the area where can you see the rendering at this point?
No, not yet.
Okay, must be a lag.
Yeah.
Let me know when you see it. Still not seeing it?
No.
Okay, you should see it now.
There we go.
Okay. So in this area here, next to the porch, this is actually where the septic tank is. It's somewhere down here. So we're removing an existing barbecue area here and getting rid of that so that we don't have any issue with being close to the septic. And there is some shrubbery there. There's really not. David, correct me if I'm wrong. There's not a tree there, right?
Agreed. They're just shrubs.
Yeah. So we'll clean that up, add some more shrubbery there. But the two trees that we're thinking of taking down are located right about here. Where the pool is going to be.
Adam, how do you feel?
Okay.
All right, so, I'll make a motion to send this to the zoning board and to. Oh, anything we would need to go over engineering wise, Joe?
We'll need our standard
Yeah.
stormwater management and control plan.
Yeah.
Soil testing. So when you're ready, contact our office to schedule that.
Okay.
I'll say.
I have a few questions about the stormwater management. Given that we have a rocky site, so any kind of runoff that we would catch off of this would be very difficult to capture here because we're, most likely sitting on top of a ledge. And down below in this area here is all the septic fields. So I can't really dump my stormwater down there either. So I was thinking that what we could do is one of two things. One is we have a lot of planting here. There is, I don't know if you're familiar with the Easy Drain products. You can do landscape. You can feed landscape plants with stormwater runoff with that. I can send you some things and we can talk about it, which would let us sort of run the stormwater along the perimeter of the planting beds and then help feed the planting beds. They're kind of shallow rather than trying to dig a dry well. Our other option is to come downhill this way. We still have some ledge around here, but perhaps we could find a spot over here that we could put a dry well.
And we're still looking at the rendering, Chris. We could talk offline on that, but
Yeah.
you're obviously gonna have to be creative with the stormwater management on this site with all the rock.
That's it. I either have to go to the front yard or do something creative with the planting beds.
That's good. Some towns do.
I know, I don't like that. I think that's not right. I think what you're doing is right.
Yeah.
In the way we're doing it here, is right.
I don't agree, but seems to be a common sense approach.
It does. 100%. So what's his impervious surface expansion? Could he possibly handle it through a rain garden, the back, in the back diagonal?
Yeah. Rain gardens are useful and you can put under drain systems in there because I'm sure you're gonna have issues with rock and.
Right. And it just seems like that would be a viable solution.
Yep.
All right, so we
Yeah,
have.
that's actually-
a motion. Hold on one second, Chris. All
Yep.
in favor?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna send you to the zoning board for the variances and then you can go to the building department to pull the permits. But we'll post the comments today on all the items you need to address before you can get that permit, okay?
Great.
It looks nice. It's a nice claim.
Thank you. I think it'll be fun.
Good luck, Dave.
Thank you all very much.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, take care, everyone.
All right. Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Okay, and we have one item left, 19 Jackson. All right, this is an interesting application, so let's see how.
I couldn't figure out the accessory structure. How the plan really hard.
Okay, we can go over it. There's no one here from the applicant. Okay. But we'll go over the plan,
I just couldn't visualize that building.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'm gonna share the screen, so anyone watching at home can see what. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, you're broadcasting. You do. High tech, right? Okay, so let me highlight what. Really looking at.
Is that thing, because couldn't figure that thing out.
Okay, so what we
I
have,
know what you mean.
let me just get on.
You mean those three things?
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
and I
you.
saw the elevations, and I just couldn't visualize the structure.
I understand what you mean.
All right, so what we've got, existing house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Driveway, the loop. They're proposing an addition, so there will be this new enclosed breezeway connecting to this portion, new addition, which is
Go back for a second. There's the existing house right there. We're gonna create a breezeway.
right here.
Okay,
And then this is the new addition.
yes.
And here's the existing pool. Here's an existing shed. This is is a new patio. And this is a new accessory structure. 798 square feet, new accessory structure, 798 square feet, another 798 square foot accessory.
One of the elevations made it seem like they were contiguous. I was,
Well, they're in a row.
okay.
They're in a row.
What's the reason why there are three? Just architecturally?
I'm guessing to stay below the 800
Yeah.
square feet max for
I
a
think-
special permit.
I would say
That'd be my
so.
guess.
Okay.
My guess is if it's 798, there's three of them, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
One was a storage, the other one was a little kitchen area with a fireplace, the other one was an exercise room.
Correct. Yep, that's right. Now to me, the plan seems off balance, right? So you've got the pool. I mean, look at, this is the footprint of the entire house. Right? Look at the size of it. And these structures, these are huge accessory structures.
Are they permittable as it's proposed?
Yeah.
Three?
There's no limit, as long as you're below the maximum floor area and maximum coverage. So,
And are they still below their maximum floor area?
yeah, I'm not sure about it.
It's, they're effectively putting their floor area into this accessory structures as opposed to the house.
Correct.
Where's the buffer line? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, that's not.
that's
entirely
not
accurate.
right. I think some of this actually is in the buffer.
It's coming to us.
Well, this is the flood line, so this is not the
Yeah.
wetland. So comments that I have on, well, let me show you what this looks
It's just, it says a significant amount of town regulated wetlands.
like. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here you can see, here's the pond and here's the stream. And the stream is somewhere over here.
It pretty much follows that property line, I think.
Yeah,
Meanders back and forth.
so it looks like it's in the buffer.
It's also the floodplain.
So you don't have the wetlands haven't been marked out yet on this
No.
application.
No,
Oh, wow.
but so there's a lot going on here. I mean, I don't know if you want to send it to the planning board, but certainly the conservation board, if it's in the wetlands. I think it might be worth us looking at it, right? You know, my thought is, it is from a planning perspective. If this is in the wetland buffer, their approach is maximizing what the code permits.
Yeah.
While we might really want to minimize those impacts in the wetland and the wetland buffer, right? So there's that give and take.
I mean, in other words, instead of having three contiguous units, they might be better off going above the 800 and maybe making better use of that space and
That's an
not
option.
invading the
The
wetland buffer.
patio,
Or maybe it's just reducing the size of, you know, everything is extra large, maybe it needs to be medium size. And, you know, you can get out of the buffer and even still have three structures, but maybe they're more appropriate at 400 square feet, you know. So that's,
thematically, whenever we've had discussions at the conservation board about, like, it's always.
you know, we can see a grading. plan. There's some topo.
No, we need that, yeah.
There's some topo behind this pool. So we also need to see
Right.
that. It's just a lot of more information and
Yeah,
discussion.
there's a local wetland, they're in the state wetland check zone, so we verify that, they're in the floodplain.
Yeah, I mean, given what's going on,
There's what,
I think planning, conservation board and ARB can
Yeah.
all work on making this,
Wait, the truth is, we might come up with a better plan,
we might.
you know, they might be afraid of the town. By the 798 number, 798, you know, sometimes people get that way, they think they're.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not here for us to, get some insight.
So this is gonna be referred to the planning board. and the
Well,
conservation
we've got to
board?
vote on that.
Okay.
I'll make that motion. Does anyone want a second?
Second.
Aye, Christopher. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, so we'll study this a little bit more. And we'll share our comments, Joe's comments and my comments, we'll post it. I don't know. And then, do we have any more? Oh, that's. All right, so we'll gonna adjourn the December 6th, 2022 RPRC meeting. Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. Something that we're.